first play we're going to look at, 2nd and 2, one of the Patriots' first offensive plays.
Patriots make their first defensive back signing of the 2025 offseason with Carlton Davis on a 3-year, $60 million contract, a $20 million per season AAV. Davis is a 28-year-old, 6'1", 206-pound cornerback. He obviously played with the Detroit Lions last season, which means he has a connection to defensive coordinator Tyrell Williams, who was the defensive line coach in Detroit last season. He went to Auburn. He was picked in the 2nd round of the 2018 NFL draft, and notably was a part of the Tom Brady-led Tampa Bay Buccaneers when they won Super Bowl, 55, I believe, in 2020. So has some experience in big games, a bigger corner to pair alongside, or opposite rather, Christian Gonzalez in the back end of this defense. Guy who has been hurt a little bit. I know you had tweeted a little bit about that. I'll let you get into that. So thoughts on that? Do you think they're done at the position, and how does he fit, again, opposite Christian Gonzalez in the Patriots defensive secondary?
Another guy with familiarity. He overlapped last season with Tyrell Williams in Detroit. So it's a guy that he's worked with. Tyrell Williams, he knows. And as a defensive coordinator, I think you want some guys who you know you can trust in a foxhole. And Carlton Davis, if he's good enough for the Lions, he's good enough for you. This is a man coverage corner. He won a Super Bowl with Tom Brady's Buccaneers back in 2020. Really has always been one of the better man cover and more aggressive man cover corners in the league. Now, he's similar to, honestly, Charvarius Ward and DJ Reed. They're all in kind of the same boat where they can play zone. They can lock guys up man to man. They get their hands on the ball. The difference with Carlton Davis versus a Charvarius Ward, is he doesn't really turn a lot of those into interceptions, but he breaks up a lot of passes. So he is a good player. Again, looking at the stats for him. Defensive snaps, this was actually the fewest snaps he's played in his career. Also allowed the fewest touchdowns, just 3. The 2nd lowest missed tackle rate of his career. So a little theme going here. The Patriots are still prioritizing tackling, obviously with Mike Vrabel in tow. Defensive stops, even though he played his fewest snaps, he had he tied for the 2nd most defensive stops of his career. So a guy who's also very active as a tackler, which you don't always see from outside cornerbacks. Also, for 6 incompletions, which was top 10 among cornerbacks. Again, this is just the regular season. He didn't play in the playoffs. That's because he wound up missing a total of 4 or 5 games with a fractured jaw last year, basically ended the latter part of his season. And injuries, unfortunately, are a bit of a theme for Carlton Davis. He has never played 15 games in a season in his career. And unfortunately, time that he's missed, it's like a bunch of different injuries. So let me just go through chronologically. Sure. 2018, he missed 2 games with a knee injury. 2019, he missed 2 games with hip and hamstring injuries. 2020, he missed 2 games with groin injury and a knee sprain. 2021, he missed 7 games with quad injury and a shoulder sprain. 2022, he missed 3 games with a hip injury and a concussion. And in 2023, he missed 4 games with a toe and a groin injury. So what that tells me is the Patriots are not done adding to their cornerback room. Also, I know people are going to say, why didn't you add Ward, who signed to the Colts? Why didn't you add DJ Reed, who took Carlton Davis's place in Detroit? I think it came down to familiarity. DJ Reed is someone who's also getting up there in age. I think is he the same? Can you actually look up? I'm not sure if he's older than Carlton Davis or if they're the same age. I think they're about the same age. I think him and Ward, I think they're all about the same. But the fact that Tyrell Williams has coached this guy.
Yeah, they're both 28.
Yeah, they're the same age. So considering we're seeing a consistent theme, I think that's just what it ultimately came down to. And we heard reports that the Patriots are going to target corner in the mid rounds anyway. So it makes sense. You get a guy who perfect complement. This is someone who's been a number 1 corner before. So now you have 2 of those guys on the outside. Think of him basically as this regime's version of Jonathan Jones, right? He might miss some games for you, but he's tough as hell. Like Carlton Davis has missed time, but he's also played through a lot of things. So no one is questioning his toughness. And when you see, we talked about the hamstring injuries, the, consistently missing games. I think Vrabel understands that if you are trying to be out on the field, like you kind of not rather have that guy. You want the guy who's on the field, but you're willing to somewhat overlook those if this is a guy who's going to do everything he can to be on the field. It's a good amount of money, but again, I really don't care. They know the players. If it's a veteran who you're comfortable with, pay him what you think he's worth. I really don't mind. But Carlton Davis, another really smart signing, great compliment to Christian Gonzalez. And also maybe some competition. If Alex Austin, he's been brought back, so you got him. Maybe you draft somebody. Alex Austin also spent time in the slot last year. Maybe he's going to be in that mix. Also probably dampens the chances that Jonathan Jones comes back unless they see him as more of a slot option in this defense, which would make more sense.
Right.
But yeah, Carlton Davis, really smart signing, makes a lot of sense. I'm not going to say one of the more underrated moves. I think people know what he is, but yeah, smart move.
I think so too. Like it, smart move, familiarity, drink up. But for real, the guarantees on the contract is $34.5 million. So a little more than half of it, which again, it's not, you're not approaching that 3/4 to nearly fully guaranteed contract, probably because of the injuries. So not sure when the outs are and things like that, but I'm sure that they've sort of structured this thing to be like, look, we like you, we want you, stay healthy, and you're going to make your money. If not, then, that's on you. But yeah, I like it. I think, it's one that makes a lot of sense given where the Patriots are at in the cornerback room. It's Christian Gonzalez and then a bunch of guys who have shown promise, but aren't top flight, have done it before 100%. And Carlton Davis certainly brings that sort of toughness, like you mentioned, through the injuries to the room.
What's going on, everyone? Tayler Kyles here for CLNS Media with a very exciting announcement. Here at Patriots Press Pass, we will be introducing bonus tiers. Now, this will not affect any of the content that hopefully you've grown to know and love over here at Patriots Press Pass. It's all going to be some brand new stuff and extras so we can connect with you more and also provide you some more in-depth and high-quality content. Hopefully, you guys are going to like it. Here are the tiers and what you should be expecting from all these new bonuses. At Tier 1, we've got Rookie Starter. That'll come with ad-free content, early access to videos, 5% off of all merchandise, and even custom emojis. At Tier 2, we've got All Pro. Once again, ad-free content, early access, 10% off merchandise, custom emojis, but that'll also come with player profile film reviews and draft profiles. At Tier 3, we've got GOAT status. Same as all the other tiers, but it's going to be 20% off of all merchandise, and we're also going to have custom segments, Discord chat rooms with myself and other show hosts, as well as live film reviews with myself and whomever we've got on the podcast for that day, hoping to have some pretty fun guests.